So, as you can see, it is an absolute glorious day where I am in the UK. Tuesday the 18th now, it's the day before I go to Lanzarote, so as you can see the bees are buzzing today. It's not particularly warm, just the sun's out, so it's about 10 degrees currently. It's in the morning, it's not that early in the morning, so it's just 11:05 and here I am, as you can see. A lovely day. So I thought I would just grab a little bit of content with, I hope you pick up like a moral of the story, because most of my content, if you look at it, if you want to call it content, there normally is a moral of the story. I always try and pick something out that you can take away, because I'm quite aware that it's a bit more of a diary vlog of what I do. I don't tend to teach people, I'm not a teacher, I'm just showing you what I do. And if you pick up things, you know, it's not a you must do this, you have to do that and all this. If someone asks me a question, I'll give them an honest answer. But I've picked up quite a little bit of knowledge over the years about koi and bees and all these hobbies that I do, so that's why I share it, because I enjoy it as well. But on this one and there is a moral to the story. So it's the day before I go away to Lanzarote. Now then, so what do you do in preparation when you go away? Well, this is, you do what you want, this is what I do. And there is a moral to the story, and I'm going to prove the point with this one, because I came in here this morning, did something yesterday, and as a consequence of not doing something, I've ended up with something today to do when I first walked in that I wasn't expecting. So in my mind, I've had my breakfast, get my tea, then a cup of coffee, I come out, I've took my filter covers off of the main pond. I'll just drain that vortex, drain all the muck out, clean the brushes, hose the brushes out, put it all back together, turn everything back on, job's a good one, look at the fish. So it's a bit like a weekend, a bit like my day of filter cleaning, with a but, because the but is, and this is the moral of the story, if you leave something, so you leave it too late in the day. First tip, do not leave it late on in the day, because you'll find that with most of this stuff, you tend to rush a little bit. You go into robotic mode, and the chances are you'll leave something. Like what? Well, we'll come on to that. So first thing is, do your filter maintenance, because what you don't want to do while you're away, or what you don't want to happen while you're away, I don't want other people doing that for me. So my systems have got to be manageable given a period of time. That's why in the Easy Pod I changed swap the 18 litres of K1 out, micro, put it in there, and now it's got brushes with the sculpted layers mesh filter. I think that's 20 grade, that's the lowest grade if you want to call it that, with the biggest gap, so it don't fill up that quick. So I know that will go the week while I'm away. Now I could, if I normally take the mesh out so it's just flowing through. Now what I do as well, so I probably will do that, and what I've done as well, I've turned the actual pond pump down, so there's less circulation going through. It's still adequate for circulation, adequate for the filters at this time of year and stuff like that, but I tweak it down a little bit. Why? Because if something does go wrong, it's going to have less demand on the system. So what do I mean by that? Well, if this has got less flow through the brushes, they're going to take longer to clog up, okay? Whereas if I whacked it on full, you know, the pump's on a really high rate, the brushes are obviously going to clog up quicker, collect debris quicker, which means it needs cleaning quicker. But I want this to last for 7 days, so when I get back next Wednesday evening, Thursday, I'm off, I'll be in here, first thing I do is come in and have a look and check. So filter cleaning, but don't do anything too drastic, because if you start turning off air filters, air lines, pulling things out your pond, dabbling too much, you will leave something. And I'm going to show you something I left yesterday, a mistake I made. So that could be a tap that's not fully closed, or a tap you've left open and you've not realised, and you've rushed off thinking everything's great, but actually it's not great because your pond is slowly emptying, and if you're away and it empties, your fish are in a whole lot of trouble, and so are you. So do it early in the morning. Why? Because then later on that day, give you, well, let's forget the later in the morning, let's say early in the morning, forget that, because it depends when you're going away. You might be going away in the morning. Give yourself plenty of time where you can come and do it. Step one, do your bit of maintenance, do your filters, but don't dabble too much, because the more you dabble, the chances are you'll leave something important as well, like leaving your air off, leaving your pump off, for example. Done that before. So leave time, so you've got time to come back in later on and do the check. So it's not a case of, right, I've done that, blah blah blah, I've gone, right, I'm going away now, and tomorrow or tonight I'm going on holiday. Give yourself time to come back in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the filter maintenance now, and a bit of tweaking, so I'm all prepped and happy. And then I'll go away, do some other bits today. I'm going out somewhere, then I'm coming back, then I'm going to the gym, then we're going to some packing, you know, it's like busy, dinner and all that, bed. Well, then later on today, I will come back in here and I will do all my checks. Pumps on, air on, filters running, valves closed. Check everything. You know, and this pond now, this one in particular, is all back up and running. I've cleaned that lot, that's all ready. So the only thing I've got to do now is my RO unit is on to top up this pond. So that'll be on all day. I'll come in this evening, I'll set an alarm on me, it goes off at 6 o'clock every day and annoys me, and that's my alarm to say, oh, final checks, go and check my ROs are off, and then close my door because it's still cold at night. Okay, and that's what I do, and then just final checks on everything. You know, are the valves open right? 1, 2, 3, yes they are. Is everything running? Is the chances it's going to overflow? Is the pump on? Yes it is. Is the bottom drain open? Yes it is. Is the valve off? Closed? Yes. Can you notice something different, guys? I've taken off the bloody slide valve because it was started to drip really bad out the gland there. So I've basically found a 1.5 inch connector, tank connector, threaded, because this is threaded by the way, there's no nut, there's no back nut, you thread it straight on, PTFE, the male thread, screw it in, and I've just connected that back up, so it's loads better, and actually drained a bit better as well. So that's done. I did that last week, not today, so I won't do anything major like that today before I'm going on holiday. So do your checks. That's all running great, that's topping off. Moving bed's great. That's going mint, that is. Pond's looking good. Topping up with RO. Now worst case for me, if I leave the RO on at this, it's going to waste me a lot of RO, granted, but it's just going to top up and overflow down this pipe and down to drain. But I will be in here in a bit to turn my RO off, because it's not got auto shut off on it. Now this one, I've just given them a little bit of food today, not getting no food all week. This pond is set on the superfish to feed once per day, and I've been coming in, clicking the manual button on here, like so. It dumps food out, and honestly at the minute, they are taking as much food as I can give them. I'm not going mad, as you can see. They're coming up for the food, they're interested, so they're getting some food. But they are going in. I've already given one of them as well when I first came in about half an hour ago, so they're just getting another one. And that will be it. They'll be on strictly one food per day at 7 in the morning of that amount. So that is one feed they've just had. That's the amount that comes out the auto feeder. Sacky white. So there you go. I've noticed that Momentaro shower, look at the white on there. Especially the head, the nose. It looks, and its skin just looks like it's shimmering a bit more, a bit brighter, a bit more clarity to it. Can't describe it. So, you know, is that the Sacky white? They're not getting a lot of it, but they're getting, you know, they're getting one feed a day. So that's them. Check that they're okay. That's the checks there. So back to this one, I'm not cleaning that filter out. I only did it, it's now Tuesday, I only did it on Sunday. That was cleaned on Sunday as well, but there was a bit of algae build up on the side. So, because my UV is on. Now, what I probably will do, in fact I will do, just for the week, and just to mitigate risk, the UV to there, there you go, if you look at the dark, is now off. I've turned the UV off because I turned that on last week and it started collecting a bit more muck in there. So that will mean that it's not helping, it's not, you know, there's going to be water passing through it, but the UV is not on, so it's not going to clump the the algae, the microscopic algae particles together and clump, which circulate through the system, and then your brushes collect it, or your filter system actually collects it. It doesn't kill algae or anything, that doesn't. It just makes it clump, so it forms it into bigger particles, so your filtration system can collect it. So that's gone off. The UV on that is not on anyway. I only did that a couple of days ago, so that's all sorted. I'm leaving it. UV's off, like I say, so that there's been less demand on the system, so that is now going to last longer. So that's that. Right, so the pond at the top is going to get a clean. So what's the moral of my story then? What did I do? Or what didn't I do? And there's a risk of me doing it again today, but hopefully not. I'm going to go and do my pond filters at the top of the pond, top pond. I came in to get my RO, because I came in to get my pure RO for my marine tank, because I've got to make sure that's all topped up and stuff before I go. I'll turn you around. So I came in yesterday and I'd run out of so last time I came in, I topped this up last week on Sunday. I took this all apart, hosed it all down, cleaned it all out inside, ready for the new season. Orchid food will go in there soon, so I get it prepped, get it filled up, get it topped up. There's a valve on it, it auto shuts off. Well anyway, what did I do? I thought, well, because I'm not going to use it for a while, I'm not going to risk and leave the pipe on to it connected, so I turned the valve off. But what I didn't realise was, I turned the valve off to this RO that keeps my tub topped up with pure RO for my reef tank. So there weren't none in there, so what I did, there was a little bit left. Now I put my tub underneath like that to collect my RO, left that in there. Oh bloody hell, I've ran out. Why is that? Where's the water? Why isn't it working? Oh you swine, left it off, turned it back on. Now what I didn't do, I didn't shut this valve off. See the valve? So water goes in that tub through that valve into the tub like this. So I turned that valve on, look, and what it was doing was filling up, trickling through the tube, filled the actual tub up, which is there. So that might have took, you know, a few hours, but then it's obviously overflowed that and it's filled up, run down, and it's filled all this trough up and it's just soaked everything. So what I've had to do, I've whacked a hole in this so it can't hold water anyway. So if it happens again, it will simply drip through there. But it's not a problem, it's in the greenhouse. The only annoyance is I've come to get my reef water today for my reef tank and I've got none. So I've had to put that on and do that later on. So that's the moral of the story is, that's as simple. I hadn't planned that. I wasn't expecting that. I was purely going to do the video that I've just done with the tip that I've just done, and then I found that this morning when I've opened the door. So it's proof that yesterday, if I'd have done this, if I do the same thing today, that will be left running for 7 days while I'm away. Oops, yeah, 7 days that'd be left running like that, so I'd waste all that RO water. Now that could simply, to correlate, that could simply be a valve on a pond. It could be a pump that's turned off, a valve that's turned off, something that's not working right. So the moral of the story of this one, give you plenty of time to do your checks, do your filter maintenance, then come back later on when you're more calmer, you're not got as much to do and not enough on your mind, you're simply coming in just to have a look at them. Yeah, before you're right, everything seems right. Okay, now then, what else could you do? I'll tell you what I do. I don't have nobody coming in. I just have my daughter, she's 24, and my son. So they've kind of learnt, if I'm away, they can literally come in here, go on FaceTime, on Facebook or WhatsApp, and I could literally just walk around here. Now in June, when we're away, I won't be able to do that. So I have to rely on my father-in-law just to come in and check and just, you know, make sure the fish are alive and stuff like that. But when my daughter's here, she will ask her literally every day just to come down. And there's a feel, you pick up a feel, so you know. So what do I mean by that? And I'll run you through it now very quick before we conclude this one, because I've got some more jobs to do. So you come in straight away, listen, you can hear running water, fans on, the fern's blowing, normal, bubbles are coming up, my air stone's on, so my air pump's on, there's water flowing through the shower, so my pump's working. That's this one done. Water level's right, done. Fish are alive, done. Seconds, same again. Look at the pond. So my daughter will know, air bubbles are on. If I'm on a video, yeah, the air bubbles on, yeah. Is the water flowing through here? Yeah, I can hear it. Pumps on. And then she'd stand there like this and show me on WhatsApp. And you just know. So she's kind of learnt to know as well. Fish look good, Dad. Yeah, they're swimming, no problems. And that's it. What's the temperatures? What does it say on that screen? Oh, 11.4, Dad. Right, yeah, what's pH? Oh, it says 8.1. Right, great. No problems. Done. Finished. That's it. That is simply it. Look at the bees. Absolutely going crazy. They haven't been out a week because it's gone cold again in the UK. We've been getting down to temperatures of 0 at night, or close to. So they are making the absolute most of getting out and about to cleanse. Have a wee and a poop. Go and get some pollen. And I can smell muck. Someone has spread some muck. So it's cold today, but it's sunny. Thermometer over there, it's only about 11-12 degrees, but that is a great sign. For me, these look like they're kicking off now. They really have got stronger in the last couple of weeks because they'll start raising young now, building up that nest, building up that colony to get loads of stores in there in the summer. So that survived the winter, that survived the winter. Unfortunately the one at the end is a dead out and I've got to clean that out soon. So all we're going to do now is conclude with the main pond. That's still looking a mess with the pond balls on, so that's going to remain like that because it's still cold at night. It's still cold at night, then temperatures will drop, so that will just boost it come April and early May. and in May when we're at bank holiday, that's when I'll take them pond balls off, get the pond hoover out and give everything a good hoover out at the bottom. So there's nothing to show there really, to be fair, but this is all prepped to be cleaned out. So I'll just clean the skimmer basket out. And I'll just drop the vortex, clean the brushes, hose the brushes, fill back up and do the final checks on that. And then later on when I come out from my walkout, is everything on? So my daughter will, you know, check, is it running? Yes. Yeah, the water running, that's it. So that's it, it's confirmed. That's running. It's all flowing through. So job done. This literally at this time of year, worst case, if the pump failed, which is under there, there's two pumps, one for the shower line and one for the filter line. If one of them failed, it'd be enough. There's enough aeration, biological media in there to keep it ticking. Bearing in mind these aren't getting fed. They've only getting fed a little trickle once a day, if I remember at the minute. So vice versa. And at this time of year as well, if both pumps failed, it'd probably be okay, because there's enough aeration, because the pond water is that chilly. That's probably only about 7-8 degrees in there at the moment. You can see them, look. The chagoy. They're looking interested, look. So once my skimmer stops in a bit, I'll just put a few pellets in, keep them going, just give them a bit of food because they're looking interested. So yeah, that's my next job. So on that note, on this lovely day, I hope that's been of interest. I hope you've picked up another moral of the story there. I'm not preaching, it's just like I say, just a moral of the story. Hope your core you're okay. Please like, subscribe and share if you like, or put a thumbs down. I don't mind that either, because it's interaction all the same. And I'll see you on the next one, or you might see me, because I might shoot a quick video from Lanzarote. In fact, if I do, that one you'd have already seen that one. Now I'll be back, because this video I've definitely not got time to cut it, edit it, mess about and upload it before I go. So this will probably be ready for when I get back. Does that make any sense? I think it does. So I'll see you in Lanzarote. Thanks for watching.